It's Saturday, and you know what that means. This is the Sleeper Sports Media preview for AEW Collision today, February 7th, 2026. And I want to start this one off by saying you see the new designed logo, thumbnail, and first picture of the preview here. Taking this time to officially introduce myself to Prime Coverage Sports Network over here on YouTube. I've made a couple of posts for the Facebook getting into the wrestling news coverage, which is coming to the Prime Coverage Sports Network here from me, Nick Weitoish, the founder and the face and the voice behind Sleeper Sports Media, also a writer over at No Dirt Sheets. So that's where you can find everything AEW, TNA, and WWE related previews like this. Going to be videos daily from Monday through Saturday, and sometimes 2 on Saturday, depending on when the PLEs or pay-per-views would be. Same thing with sometimes 2 on Fridays. It just really depends. But without further ado, this is the AEW Collision preview for Sleeper Sports Media, Prime Coverage Sports Network, and No Dirt Sheets here on YouTube and Facebook. We start things off with the parking lot fight. And for those that don't know, AEW Collision, AEW is the alternative to the world famous wrestling promotion of WWE, and Collision is their second show of the week. They have 2 weekly shows. You can watch them on TBS, TNT, and then also simulcasted on HBO Max, as you see here. Saturdays are Collision on TNT. Wednesdays are Dynamite on TBS. We are starting the wrestling coverage here on Prime Coverage Sports Network with this first AEW Collision preview. So this one tonight will be 8/7 Central on TNT and HBO Max. We start things off with a parking lot fight. Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, and the Rascals versus Big Bill, Brian Keith, and Grizzled Young Vets. This one was built up and booked for this week. Last week on Dynamite, I believe, or last week on Collision, one of the two, where parking lot fight is exactly what it sounds like. The eight guys here will fight in the parking lot. It will not be a match. They have been beefing for quite some time. We will see that go down tonight on Collision. Also on Collision, we have our first title match of the night. We have TNT Championship 3-way match. So this is a triple threat. This features the new TNT champion, Tommaso Ciampa, who just debuted on Dynamite last week after answering Mark Briscoe's challenge, who was the former TNT champion, answered his open challenge after he had the match and said that on Collision Saturday last week, he wanted that to be the open challenge taker. And he did. He won that TNT title from Mark Briscoe, and he will now face Roderick Strong and Claudio Castagnoli tonight on Collision. We will hear from our exclusive post-match comments from AEW World Champion MJF. You can see the World Championship right there for AEW. If you're new to wrestling or have not watched in forever, MJF is one of the top guys in AEW, if not the guy, since he is the champion. Great in-ring, great on the mic, and just great overall. So we will hear him give comments after his matchup on Dynamite, where he was in an eliminator match with a guy named Brody King, who won that match and now has a championship match next Saturday at an event for AEW. And an eliminator match is something where a guy faces the champion, has to beat the champion to then get a championship match. So Brody King was able to do that, and that is where we're at with MJF. We'll hear from him what he has to say about that match and how that went down. Singles action, we have Mina Shirakawa versus Viva Van. Mina Shirakawa is in a tag team with Toni Storm, who's another top face in the women's division for AEW Collision. And Toni Storm right now is also in a mixed tag team with Orange Cassidy, and they are doing a program with the Death Rider. So Mina Shirakawa, it looks to be back in singles action. I'm guessing she'll still be involved with Toni Storm, but she goes one-on-one with Viva Van tonight on Collision. Go from that to the tag team division here. GOA versus the Young Bucks, and the winner will move on to a 3-way tag team number 1 contenders match for Wednesday on Dynamite. What a number 1 contenders match is, exactly what it sounds like. The winner of that match will become the number 1 contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, and they will go on to face the champions at a match later. But that is GOA, Gates of Agony, and the Young Bucks. We also have, like I said, about mixed tag matches, men and women tagging together against other men and women. You have SkyFlight versus the Death Riders. The Death Riders is one of the top factions and groups in AEW right now. That will go down tonight. Should be a very, very good match. These two, Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafira of the Death Riders, they have a match against Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy coming up at an event next Saturday, AEW Grand Slam in Australia. Before we can get there, we will hear from AEW Women's World Champion, Kris Statlander. She will give details on her upcoming championship match with the next person that we have in action tonight, Thekla, who is going up against Kris Statlander, I believe, at Grand Slam for that AEW Women's World Championship. She will be in action tonight before that match goes down. We also have AEW one-third of the Trios champions. Kevin Knight goes one-on-one with Scorpio Sky. And that is going to do it for our AEW Collision preview for February 7th, 2026. Again, this is Nick Weitoish of Sleeper Sports Media and also a correspondent for No Dirt Sheets, and now bringing wrestling coverage to the Prime Coverage Sports Network. Happy to be here. Cannot wait to bring so much coverage of everything that is pro wrestling, TNA, AEW, and WWE. There is always something going on every single day. I do these videos and every day, and then I get them uploaded, and we'll not stop with the wrestling coverage. Also on the Facebook page, which is where you can primarily find me and my posts there, as well as on Patreon and at nodirtsheets.com. Happy to be here again for Prime Coverage Sports Network, and can't wait to take this thing to the moon as we've taken No Dirt Sheets and as I've built up Sleeper Sports Media almost at 5,500 subs over there on the YouTube channel, and sitting at comfortable 3.4K on Facebook. So happy to be here again. Happy to bring wrestling coverage to two more eyes and just be a part of the team and take this thing to the moon. So with that being said, thank you for watching, viewing, and subscribing. Go follow and subscribe to Prime Coverage Sports Network, No Dirt Sheets, and of course, Sleeper Sports Media. I'm Nick Weitoish, and here we go.